Lately, I've been thinking about the value of veteran experience. And this came from reading a Wall Street Journal article about the CEO of Uber spending time as an Uber driver. He discovered that the drivers were really important, that they were having a shortage of drivers. And so being a driver really helped him have an eye-opening experience. There were bad processes he discovered, like signing up, and he worked to fix those. The technology was confusing as to where to go and get somebody. He worked to improve that. And he also discovered the importance of the drivers, how key it was to their business. And his conclusion in the article was, this job is really different. But my conclusion was, it's not enough to talk about something, you have to actually experience. And where this really came home was I thought about the leaders in the veteran community. The Secretary of the VA is not a veteran. The Undersecretary for Health is not a veteran. The Acting Undersecretary for Benefits is not a veteran. The CIO, not a veteran. Now, I'm not saying that everybody who works at VA has to be a veteran, but there are 18 million veterans in the United States. Certainly there are qualified people who could do these jobs. And as a result, what we find is in these key positions, we don't have leaders who have the experience of the people they are working to serve. Now, it all was driven home when I read a post on LinkedIn by Derek Walton. It was a lengthy post complaining about his interaction with the VA, about trying to make an appointment, it getting canceled, no one calling and the like. And it was really frustrating to read about, but also concluding that many of the people will never have the experience Derek had. They cannot use VA healthcare. They cannot apply for benefits. So as a result, you sort of sense how will they ever get this? How would they ever get this? Now, this article really resonated with me because 3 years ago when I was Undersecretary for Benefits, I conducted a series of teletown halls with veterans around the country to get them information. There were 110 of these 1-hour telephone town halls. Perhaps you received a phone call inviting you to participate. They began with information sharing, and then I answered questions. Over the period of time, I estimated I answered 1,500 questions. Obviously, I had people helping me, but the questions were posed. And what I realized was listening to these questions and hearing some of the frustration was there were bad processes that needed to be fixed. There was technology that caused everybody problems, and that needed to be improved. And the jobs were really hard, and the jobs of people improving the claims were really important. So again, experience really mattered. And I often think to myself, if I ever were to return to government, I would do these town halls to experience not only what veterans were experiencing, but what the employees were going through. So I think it's really important that we consider how do we get veteran experience into the key positions of those who are working to serve veterans. Now, obviously, the veteran service organizations provide a lot of input to candidates, to the presidents, to others as to what type skills these people should have. If you're a member of a veteran service organization, really think hard about encouraging them to say, you have to be a veteran. Whatever the skill sets, whatever the experience, but the veteran experience is key. And finally, I think we should think about, what's up with VA? Why is it that VA, the leaders, cannot have the experience of the people they serve? At the IRS, we wouldn't expect the person who leads the IRS not to have paid income taxes. We wouldn't expect the people who lead the Department of Education not to have gone to college and experienced the system, nor would we expect the people at Justice not to be lawyers. So when we think about, if we're really serious about providing world-class service to veterans, VA should be the place where you apply the knowledge you have, not acquire it.